Tail of the Tape presented by Geico. And forget what was on the scale or how they step on it tonight. Linares is simply the bigger man. You'll see it, and he hopes Lomachenko feels it. But look at the last comparable that I'll point out, and it's the Compubox Stats. Average punches landed per round. Loma lands 22.4 punches per round. Linares 14.3. Not just that Linares doesn't come close to Loma's production, that Loma's opponents always fall well below normal output. The roar at MSG for a fight like this. Put it on the bucket list. Take it in sometime, folks. Two of the very best. Lomachenko, Linares.
Receive instructions in the dressing room. I expect a good, clean fight. Protect yourselves at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Ya que tienes reglas en el camerino, protéjase todo el tiempo y obedeces mis órdenes todo el tiempo. Touch him up.
Timothy Bradley, you have been in spots like this before. Your trilogy with Manny Pacquiao, your night of conquering Juan Manuel Marquez. What do you think of early when you have this task in front of you that Jorge Linares is charged with?
Well, once you get in the ring, all that nervousness you had in the locker room leaves you. This is like your home. You have experience. You've been here before. Now it's time to see who's the best fighter in the world is now.
Linares and Lomachenko, round number 1 for the lightweight title.
I want you guys to take your eyes to Loma's front foot, that lead foot. He always tries to get that front foot outside his opponent.
Absolutely critical for a southpaw so that they have the advantage to shoot that straight left hand. There it comes with it as he fires it for the first time.
Wait on that power jab that Linares was talking about.
Linares mentioned that all week long, the power jab.
It's gonna be technical in the beginning. Both guys got to see what one another has.
Linares said, I want to see his timing before I commit to using my power. Another thing, he knows exactly where that foot is because he's been facing a steady diet of southpaws in large measure in preparation for Lomachenko.
He knows where that foot is, but Lomachenko, he changes levels. He gives you different looks. He probes at that jab. He sticks it out there. He makes you believe that just that jab is going to come, and then he comes behind with something else, with another punch, maybe to the body, maybe even to the head.
Interesting you talk about the different levels, Tim, because I would say both guys acquit themselves very, very well, whether it's in, mid, or long range. Of course, there's been much talk about the fact that Linares would prefer to take advantage of the size behind that jab at range. The chance for Loma have already started up here at MSG.
But you look at Linares' head is staying right in the middle. Look at Loma. He gets that head off a line. Look, just like there. He gets that head off a line. Off the line. That's the firing range there. That's what he does well. He always positions his body out of the firing range. That firing lane, that range, where you can be hit.
Loma came in, tried to place a left hand to the body, and there was a little return fire with a right hand from Linares.
Number one thing as it pertains to range, Linares has a 3.5-inch advantage. I'd like to keep this on the outside.
You can see across the shoulders as well in that muscular back of Linares. He's just naturally the bigger man. And then you rehydrate after the weigh-in yesterday, and it's so noticeable. Left hand to the body from Lomachenko. End of 1.
When I was in camp, things stopped when Mr. Honda, his Japanese promoter and manager, came to watch him spar. The gym was closed for the 9 rounds. And what Mr. Honda did afterward, forget managing, he trained him. And they spent a lot of time on the power jab and power shots in general.
He was promoted exclusively for many years by Mr. Honda, Tokyo-based promotions, and then a co-promotional agreement in 2010 with Golden Boy Promotions. And give Golden Boy, Mr. Honda, as well as Top Rank, a lot of credit for what often doesn't happen in this business, crossing boxing's business and political lines to make the fight that fans want to see. That's what we have here.
In this case, Mr. Honda was a respected peacemaker, and in essence a diplomat between the two camps. But why this really happened is because of Jorge Linares. This is what he sees as his signature fight, and he appealed to what's best in Lomachenko to make it happen.
Good combination from Lomachenko. Touched him to the body and then split the guard upstairs.
He appealed to what's best and most honorable in Lomachenko, saying, let's put aside politics. I'll tell my people to make this happen. You tell yours. Instead of using Twitter as a device for cheap provocation, you know, he made it something. He made it a point of honor.
Linares standing that mid-distant range right there. Got clipped with that combination by Loma. Like I told you, sometimes he don't seem like he knows what he's doing in there.
Not
Use
a good
that jab.
You see those little dance steps from Loma. Greg Bishop from Sports Illustrated, a really interesting piece suggesting he had the best feet in all of sports, better than Federer, Antonio Brown. Really extraordinary.
And remember, the seed that was planted when he was a young man. He started to learn boxing at only 4 years old, his stance, how to throw a punch. Then he was pulled out of boxing to do traditional Ukrainian dance classes. His father, Anatoly, who's by his side to this day, didn't let him return to fight until he was 13. Those Ukrainian dance classes, he says all the time, have paid off with the angles. There's body work down from Linares.
Watch how beautifully he moves to his right, Lomachenko. And, you know, Linares is a pretty slick guy to be throwing punches at air.
Well, Linares is doing well this round, in my opinion.
I agree.
He's hit Loma with some good shots over the top. He's staying home, and he's returning fire. He knows he's the bigger guy. He has the longer arms. When Loma stays there a little bit too long, you see Linares step to him with combinations.
See, here's the beauty of Loma as defensive prowess that we rave about, like a Mayweather or Pernell Whitaker, a willingness to do that. Good exchange, end of round two. Vasiliy Lomachenko, who won a world title in just his third pro fight, up against the current lightweight world champion, Jorge Linares, who first won a title himself when he was just 21 years old back in 2007. Let's go back to the last round, Tim. Saw that combination from Loma.
Well, this is one way to do it. You step inside, you go to the body against a bigger man, split the guard there with the uppercut. But how he did it, he stepped on Linares' feet, kept him dead still right there for just a moment, and worked that combination.
It's a Ukrainian dance move.
That's right, and critical. And Tim, you said it right from the start. Watch the front feet of both men. Often an indicator when you see southpaw versus orthodox as to who's having their way.
Watch for a clash of heads, too, because as we know, Linares is susceptible to cuts.
In 8 different fights, he's been cut. Was cut back in January.
Linares just threw an uppercut. That's a punch. That's a secret weapon that he has that I think could be very susceptible that Lomachenko is going to get hit with or get caught with. He sometimes comes in the middle. If he can time him perfectly when he's attacking, he can hit him with that uppercut.
Bernardo was just in the corner of Lomachenko. Bernardo, what can you tell us?
Anatoly, his father, is actually quite concerned with the low blows that he sees Linares throwing and the rabbit punches. So he told Vasiliy, be careful with those two things.
Tim, what do you make of that?
I don't see any low blows that he's landed. Have you seen any low blows?
Well, not that Ricky Gonzalez has called out, nor that Lomachenko has shown any effect from. There's been some work to the belt line, but nothing that has strayed beyond that. There's a split the guard left hand from Lomachenko. Now he gets into the pocket, threw up the combination. Linares gets space on it.
I'm surprised that Linares is actually just standing right in front of him.
Comes in with a right hand against Lomachenko, blocked by the elbow.
Slowly, you're going to see Lomachenko turn it up, find his spots and his moments and break down that defense of Linares.
Good example of you think he's there, and then all of a sudden he isn't there as Lomachenko goes out to the right. Mark, you said look for that. We see it. There's a left uppercut from Linares. Good body work and a combination from Lomachenko. He landed that left hand just under the right elbow of Jorge Linares.
Loma's starting to turn it up.
And as soon as Linares thinks he knows where he is, he disappears to the right. Lomachenko.
Defensive master, but yet offensive minded. The best of both worlds. End of 3. Here we are in Midtown Manhattan. And a Venezuelan and a Ukrainian are taking over New York. And everybody can't get enough of it. The lightweight world championship, Linares and Lomachenko. Saw a lot of what we always rave about from Lomachenko in that last round. Bernardo was in the corner of Linares after that 3rd round. Bernardo, what are they concerned with?
Well, Rudy Hernandez was telling Jorge Linares, you've got to keep your punches short. Use your uppercut, don't load up, and keep throwing punches up the middle, but you've got to work everything off the jab.
According to Compubox, he has thrown more punches than Lomachenko. Both fighters landing at 27%. There is the tally.
Loma's getting real busy now, working his combinations up and down, especially with that straight left hand. He changes levels, gets his head out.
Little up jab coming off that right hip, Tim.
He got his head off the line and threw that up jab.
Combination, it included a left hand to the body, and then it finished with a left hand upstairs.
If I was Linares, I would try to push the fight a little bit further out. He's too close. Loma's gonna have his way with him.
I wonder if Linares misses the voice of Ismael Salas, with whom he's 13-0. He went to England to train David Hay. Maybe it was a bigger payday or perhaps a lack of judgment. But Rudy Hernandez is in his corner.
Gonzalez is going to have to separate him. And the warning from the referee to Linares.
Yeah, those were some dirty shots behind the head. That's called rabbit punching. That's illegal. Maybe Linares is getting a little frustrated.
Well, that is one of the questions that is always needed to be answered against Lomachenko. Handling the frustration. Can Linares handle the pressure of Loma's mental warfare with the physical warfare with aplomb? Will he stay cool, stay to the plan as this crowd roars with the angles and moves of Lomachenko?
High pace, moves around a guy. Ooh.
There's a right hand from Linares.
He timed him with that right hand.
That was nice. And right back to the jab is Lomachenko.
Talk about Lomachenko.
Lead right uppercut.
Breaking down his opponents is something he can sense in their beat, in their rhythm. They take some pauses. That's when he pounces.
The champ is ready. He came and visited ringside with you just before this main event, Tim.
Yes, he did. Bud Cropper, one of the best. You know, a lot of people have him #2 on the pound-for-pound list. I've had him #1. Depends on how Loma looks tonight. Loma can get this 3rd world championship. He will be moving the #1 position, in my opinion.
You're biased, Tim.
No.
In some respects, you discovered Bud Crawford in the sparring session, which ended with him really having his way with you for that time.
For now, the #1 pound-for-pound fighter, according to ESPN.com, is in the ring. Lomachenko, round number 5.
Who are you? Who are you? Where'd you come from?
Who are you, Bud?
Omaha.
have to mention, size does make a big difference. It does. But only if you use it in the right way. Linares has a 2-inch reach advantage. Linares is physically bigger and stronger. Why doesn't he use that reach advantage? Why doesn't he use that height?
Because
stay on the outside.
Lomachenko's not letting him.
Naturally smaller man is stalking the bigger champion. Tried to come with that right uppercut, and as soon as he does, Loma's in the pocket, return fire with a 2-punch combination from Linares. But look at Lomachenko, comfortable in that hot kitchen. Wrapping up that right arm as Gonzalez will break him. There's an angle, lost his footing for a moment just as he was throwing that left hand. But you see how the angles of Lomachenko can create the offensive opportunity.
Beautiful angles, getting off that line, spinning around his opponent, firing combinations, going down to the body, adjusting his height.
Some blood coming from the nose of the champ, Jorge Linares. And there is a warning for a low blow from Linares. Anatoly was concerned, said Bernardo Osuna.
Linares choosing to stand in mid-distance range, trying to land combinations, and Loma's having his way with him in spots.
Against his own interest, you know, the bigger man wants to be outside in this case.
Yes.
The smaller man wants to be in. And there really is quite a size difference. You could just see it.
Did you see him make Linares miss with that right hand by slipping out to his right hand?
Good combination, and a left hand scores for Lomachenko.
At the end of the round, Linares looked at him like, you gotta be kidding me.
That's exactly
You
what he
gotta
did.
be kidding me. Lomachenko went full Matrix.
Just ask him about the Matrix. He'll tell you what he has that others don't.
That's what happens. That's what
Red pill and the blue pill.
He said it yesterday. That's what I have that others don't. He is the Matrix with his angles and his ability to still punch off of them. Round number 6 of this title fight.
Linares came back with a little low one of his own.
He is going a little bit low, near the belt line.
I'll tell you, you can start to see swelling, especially around the left eye of Jorge Linares. Discoloration around both, but swelling around the eye. We will watch for that. Good combination from Linares as he landed a left hand. Now remember, he had the warning earlier. Another warning here from Ricky Gonzalez. One more, and it could be a point deduction.
Lomachenko is systematically breaking down Linares. Systematically applying all that pressure. Look at that pressure, man. Dealing with that pressure is no joke. Especially we got punches. Guy gets off the line real quick feet, get around you with shots.
But he talks about music, about beats. When he says, I can feel them discouraged, they're playing to my music.
Yeah, he's...
Good work from Linares. Much of that blocked, but still offensive output. And look at Loma, stepping right to him, landed a left uppercut and then an overhand right at short distance from only a few inches away. Nearly caught him coming in with a left-handed Linares. Great ability to get away and land a punch of his own. His fan base, Lomachenko, the Ukrainian fan base, has come out in force here at MSG. And I'll tell you this, listen, they can have the jingoistic fervor. These are boxing fans as well. There are Lomachenko fans that have developed stateside that just want to see him.
I think that the template was cut years ago with Manny Pacquiao. If I told you, you'd say...
Oh! Linares caught him! You never know what's going to happen.
Straight right hand.
A right hand from Linares floors the pound-for-pound best.
Вытяните пробить, вытяните. Он тебя ждет, он ловит. Все банально просто. А ты ведешься на это. Не надо газовать. Ты же все видишь. Вытащи. Он тебя ловит. Вытащи и пробить.
Here it is.
Here it is. Loma walking straight in, getting real overconfident, got clipped with the right hand as he came in. When you come straight down the middle, the firing range, guess what? Linares met him with the right hand, right on the button. That's the southpaw killer. Straight right hand. Boom, right on the chin.
Vasiliy Lomachenko, never knocked down as a pro, as Oscar De La Hoya, the promoter of Jorge Linares, can't get enough of it. You've got to go back to the 2007 World Championships. As an amateur, he was knocked down once, and it happens tonight now as a pro. Round number 7. The champ's got a little something in him, doesn't he, Mark?
You saw him come out with a lead left hook there. At the end of that round, Lomachenko started really working away from him. We'll see if this can give Linares new life.
Tim, we have said for a long time that Lomachenko is seemingly impervious to overconfidence. Was he too confident there with the way he approached Linares and paying the price?
I think it was a mistake. Yes, I thought he was a little bit overconfident. He walked straight in. That's not like him. And Linares met him with that right hand. So yes. You see him a little bit more defensive now with his hands up. Now he's been a little bit more patient on his attack. Starting to probe again with that jab. Stick it out there. Changing levels. Linares came out real aggressive. That's what happens. Momentum shift just for a moment.
It's the beauty of this sport.
Adrenaline.
One punch can change everything.
That's
Let's
right.
see what impact it makes here.
The beauty of the sport is no matter how beautiful Lomachenko looks and invulnerable, guess what? He is vulnerable.
ESPN.com's Dan Rayfield sitting ringside has Lomachenko up 57-56 through 6 rounds. Keep in mind, you just had a 10-8 round for Linares in that last round.
Linares just landed another right hand. It was short right hand as Lomachenko stepped in.
Mark Kriegel, you were the one giving warnings earlier tonight. As much as we know of his greatness, as much as we're wowed with the skill, don't sleep on what Linares is and what he's capable of.
Bigger, stronger, longer.
That left hand strayed down there, as Lomachenko pointed out. It hit him on the leg, but Ricky Gonzalez, the referee, was turned. Remember, there's already been 2 warnings to Linares.
He's looking for that point. Lomachenko is. Linares, bigger, stronger, longer. And let's not forget that he is, in fact, the champion at 135.
It's easy to forget when you go through the resume of Lomachenko, but this is a guy in Linares with 44 wins, 27 by knockout, and has the belt. Blocking that uppercut was Lomachenko, then coming in with a right hand to the sternum. Middle rounds have been great, haven't they? Huge crowd at Madison Square Garden for Top Rank Boxing on ESPN. Joe Tessitore, 2-division champion, Timothy Bradley, award-winning boxing writer Mark Kriegel, and Bernardo Osuna with you here to see if Vasiliy Lomachenko can make history or if Jorge Linares will keep his belt. Lomachenko was seemingly doing what he always does, in control, with sublime skill. And then one right hand in the 6th round got everybody's attention. It floored Lomachenko. Round number 8, and for the rest of this fight, we are commercial free.
Loma was timed with that right hand. There's spots where you can time him. He brings his head back in the middle, and when he does that, You're able to time him. Great shot by Linares. And it also shows everybody that Loma is real. He's a real person.
Double jab, right, well, left hand from Loma, then gets back into the pocket with the left. As Linares is tying up those hands for a moment, and Lomachenko fights out of it, comes with the right jab. Right hand tried to split the guard from Linares. Good combination, 1-2 from Linares. And then snapping back that head again is Lomachenko, able to get off the ropes.
One thing Linares talked about that he's not doing too much of is going to the body.
There's a cut. There's a cut over the left eye.
Happens time and time again, and it's a significant one. We'll see how they tend to that. But now, for the 9th fight in his career, he is cut. Jorge Linares cut over the left eye.
Lomachenko's going right after it, too.
He is going after it.
It's his nature, too.
But he's still making a mistake and stepping back. His footwork is great, but he does make mistakes with his footwork sometimes.
He caught him with a right hand on that cut. Look at him place that jab. Lomachenko doubling it up. And then puts that right hand on that blood again. He likes that target, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
He became a completely re-energized fighter as soon as he saw that cut.
I would too. When I see blood, that's what I did. You want to attack that eye. Linares still has that punching power.
We saw that with the right hand in the 6th round.
But Loma knows that now. So when he finishes combinations, he puts that left hand up to block that right hand of Linares.
Good solid round for Vasiliy Lomachenko. 2 rounds ago, he was down. Now here in the 8th, he opens up a cut over the left eye of Jorge Linares. We get that heightened sense of urgency coming from the corner of Linares. As you could see, Rudy Hernandez digging in that adrenaline and applying pressure to that cut above the left eye.
Rudy Hernandez, the brother of Los Angeles legend Chiquinito Hernandez, but also, as far as Linares is concerned, he says, I have the best cut man in the business.
That's good. That's
and
why
he needs him.
He does need him.
Definitely need a good cut man in your corner. Never know when you're going to get cut.
If you're Linares, it's rather frequently.
Right often. But great instructions from the corner. They told him to stay there. If he's going to stay there, Linares needs to fire. Take your chances and fire. Throw combinations.
Taking chances is something that the last 4 opponents against Lomachenko were not willing to do. They quit on the stool. Is there a point when Linares may jettison the idea of winning on the outside or winning the way he thought he would and just go for broke against Loma?
The best way to beat Loma is to keep him at the best distance where his power is, to keep him on the end of his jab and the end of his right hand.
When he hit him with that right hand, when he dropped him, he was at distance. Right. Loma walked into that shot.
That's correct. He walked in and placed that right hand, timed it perfectly. That was round number 6, but round number 8 had the ebb and flow, swing back towards Lomachenko.
That's it. Loma is the only fighter that I see that likes to hang out in that mid-distance range.
Total power punch is a 112.83 advantage according to Compubox for Linares. Of course, he had the best power punch of the fight in the 6th round.
No matter what Lomachenko can do, no matter how he can transform himself, red pill, blue pill, he can't make himself bigger and stronger.
He has the body of a natural featherweight, but the skill of name your weight.
Which is why this is such an extraordinary accomplishment if he gets here. just to take the challenge.
Keep in mind what that accomplishment is. Going up in weight, trying to become the fastest in history to become a 3-division world champion. You saw Oscar De La Hoya sitting ringside, cheering on the fighter he promotes in Jorge Linares. Oscar De La Hoya, generationally one of the greats, won his 3rd weight class title in his 22nd pro fight. Lomachenko, if he pulls this off tonight, would do it in 12. That would be the best in history.
A really good round for Linares right now.
Really?
Linares is that, yeah, I think it's a great round for him right now.
Really good round for Rudy Hernandez as well.
Exactly. The cut has held up. Great work by Hernandez. Good start to this round from the champ. Linares coming forward to open up the 10th round with a 4-punch combination. But then splitting that guard was Lomachenko. Pops that right hand back at him. See Loma trying to work free there as Linares tied up that left hand.
Linares is getting real sneaky. He's throwing that left hook, trying to catch Loma when he comes in.
Jab into the angle from Lomachenko. Didn't come with the left hand behind it. Some more swelling around the eyes of Linares, but that cut is holding together for now.
Each guy has had, in essence, 2 careers. For Lomachenko, it was his amateur and now his professional career. For Linares, after the Sergio Thompson fight, he was ready to quit. That was 13 wins ago.
He talked about the fact of how happy he was to rededicate himself, to make some changes, and to have moments like this.
Robert Diaz of Golden Boy told us that Golden Boy wanted to drop him. He insisted, no, the best is yet to come for Linares.
Excellent work on the inside by Lomachenko moments ago.
Then you see Linares step around.
Fires back with the right hand.
Linares pulled a Lomachenko.
Yes, he did.
Once again, that southpaw jab hitting the target of that cut over the left eye of Linares.
This is really high-level stuff.
Unbelievable stuff. Right in the center of the ring, and Linares goes down. Lomachenko scores the knockdown.
7, 8, 9.
It's over. It's over. He did it. Lomachenko, the fastest in history to become a 3-division world champ. A nasty left hook to the body has MSG on fire, has Linares down and out, and has Lomachenko and the Ukrainian fans and fight fans throughout this grand arena on their feet. Lomachenko knocks out Linares. You want to see a liver shot from one of the very best? Take us through it, Tim.
There's a Lomachenko landing combinations on Linares. Finds that liver shot. As Linares tries to throw that right hand, he found a little spot.
Right there.
Right there underneath the arm.
Left hand
of Linares.
Liver shot, as they say, on the button. Boom. Wow. Good luck surviving that.
Let's remember that he did the best thing you can do in boxing to get there. He got up off the canvas.
Yeah, he did.
Just as you said, Mark, this is high-level stuff. Linares engaged in high-level stuff with the best in the biz, and the end result was, at that singular moment, he couldn't survive it. A devastating left hand to the body has history made at MSG. Here's Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, here at Madison Square Garden, the end comes as referee Ricky Gonzalez lets the champion is unable to continue. The winner at 2:08 of round number 10, and new WBA Ring Magazine lightweight champion of the world, Vasiliy Lomachenko.
Pretty awesome, isn't he? Madison Square Garden, and Lomachenko crowned the new champ. You know, Vasiliy dominates almost every Compubox stat there is. The best plus-minus in the sport. The only category where Pedraza has him is jab connect percentage. But we are ready for the title unification. 2 world champions putting it on the line. Loma, the attraction. By far.
Okay, boxers, we went over the instructions earlier. As a reminder, obey my commands at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Touch gloves. Good luck.
So here we go to unify the lightweight belts. Lomachenko, Pedraza. Glad you're with us. Joe Tessitore alongside Timothy Bradley and Mark Kriegel. Bernardo Osuna, our ace ringside reporter. Tim, what do you look for early on?
Well, I'm going to look for the game plan right now from both fighters. Right now, Pedraza's choosing to come forward and attacking Loma right now. Loma's going to be just calculated right now. He's been out of the ring for a while. And he's going to just give just a little look at Pedraza.
Right now is when Lomachenko starts downloading your information. For Pedraza, he has to be faithful to his skill set. Do what you do best, jab and move.
Has the height advantage, has the reach advantage to do that. But in doing so, do you offer up countering opportunities to the crafty Lomachenko? Testing a little bit of range. As always, watch the footwork of Lomachenko. Sublime.
See, Loma feinted right there. He stepped in, and he just got a little look at Pedraza. He saw Pedraza pull straight back, so look for Loma to follow him out with the straight left hand.
That's what Pedraza says. I can't stay in front of him. Also look for Lomachenko's right foot to get outside Pedraza's.
That's exactly how you keep a right-handed fighter off balance, and you make him reach with his right hand when you keep it outside, like Lomachenko likes to do.
Lomachenko will come around you from that side and throw the uppercuts to the body. Become a signature shot.
Lomachenko firing off that left uppercut when he got into range. It was just off the mark.
Pedraza right there a few moments ago noticed that Loma likes to lean to his right, likes to rock to his right.
Oh, there's a left hand from Lomachenko as he was timing Pedraza. Then he touches him with a left hand to the body.
What I was saying was Pedraza landed a nice little right hand on Loma, as Loma likes to suddenly sometimes like to lean to his right, just like there. He does that often. He can come back with the left hook as well.
Got a 3-division world champion in Lomachenko against a 2-division world champion in Pedraza.
That's timing. That is exactly how you time a fighter. But you see where he's at. He's directly in front of you. That's excellent timing by Loma. You see the game plan of Pedraza. Pedraza, he boxes every now and then, and he tries to press the action. Loma's just sitting back, very calculated, looking for his opportunities, making Pedraza think and make mistakes.
But this idea that Pedraza doesn't want to engage is counterfeit. Ask Antonio Moran from 2 fights ago. Ask Ray Beltran.
He's able to earn the belt against Ray Beltran. That was back in August in Arizona. It was a 12-round unanimous decision. And Pedraza finished very strong that night. Scored a knockdown in the 11th round, beat him badly in the 12th round. And consider that was on the road in front of Beltran's hometown fans who were chanting Mexico, Mexico all night long for Ray Beltran. One of the great inspiring stories of recent years in boxing. Now he's here at MSG. Seemingly always a place that would favor Puerto Rican world champions, but as Loma says, this is my home now. And Ukrainian fans here in New York and those who travel in, they have taken to it to root on the pound-for-pound king.
Pedraza now taking his attention downstairs, landing a nice little sneaky right hand to the body of Loma. He's trying to slow him down.
That would be very useful to do so. And the body work could be effective in getting that done.
I've never seen Loma sit this still in front of a guy before.
Trying to time that left hand again, Timmy.
He's a pretty skilled boxer. The great pedigree that he's trying to figure out.
Comes in with a lead left hand that time against Pedraza.
That's exactly what I was talking about from the first round. Pedraza pulled straight back. Loma followed him out right there. He caught him with the straight left hand down the middle.
Stayed on those train tracks and was able to score.
Pedraza's got to keep him at the end of that jab. He's got 5 inches in reach, and he needs to use it.
Well, Pedraza's throwing one punch at a time. He needs to throw combinations against Loma. You're not going to hit him with one punch. He's going to make you miss. But the second and third shot may have a chance.
But that right hand, which has scored, is set up by the jab, Tony.
Coming to the end of 2 here. Lightweight unification bout. For round number 3. Another left hand came in from Loma in that last round.
Left hand right here from Loma. Pedraza leaning straight back, pulling straight back, trying to get out of range. Didn't get out fast enough, and Loma made him pay, followed him right out. Pedraza, that's a bad mistake, a flaw that Pedraza has, and Loma's going to continue to make him pay if he continues to do that.
There was a moment where Loma just dipped to the right, leaned to the right the way you say he is flawed to do if you're going to find one flaw. And yet it wasn't a full effort right hand driving down from Pedraza. He has to take advantage of those moments as well. You know, you sit there, you look at the record of Lomachenko. You know the great record, 396-1 as an amateur, the couple gold medals, and then 11-1, that blemish as a pro. He's the pound-for-pound best fighter in the world. So what about the 1? Well, maybe that's actually the only answer there is. His second pro fight, he fought for a world title in his second pro fight. That is absolutely unheard of. And it was against the veteran Orlando Salido, who came in overweight. It was controversial. Loma was getting hit by low blows. It was rugged. It was pressure. It was an absolute brawl. And then finally, Vasiliy figured things out and started coming on strong and had Salido hurt at the end, was sweeping the late rounds, but it was too little too late, and that's the one blemish.
Looking at Lomachenko, you look at all his fights, he's 413-2. So this is, we talk about Alabama. This is a guy,
yes,
since early adolescence who's been fighting the best fighters in the world, and Jose Pedraza holding his own. And this is, Jose Pedraza is the antithesis of Orlando Salido, who I mentioned before.
Who's gonna just maul and make it a dirty fight and do anything it takes.
But that was a necessary night in the education of Vasiliy Lomachenko. He says, that's the night that taught me to fight dirty.
Well, to be a pro, that you're no longer in the amateurs.
But he's also, Loma's also learning something about himself right now with Pedraza. He's testing the limits of his shoulder. We have not seen the right hook.
There's Loma, and there's the footwork. Remember, he's coming off reconstructed shoulder surgery. He hurt his shoulder in his last fight. It was a sensational 10th round TKO against Jorge Linares. Loma went down in that fight. He was knocked down in the 6th round by a right hand. He got up, had that body shot that dropped Linares.
It's one of the most curious and admirable elements listening to Loma. It's not just the victory, it's the manner of victory. And I think that's what causes him some concern about Pedraza. At some level, he's such a perfectionist. His father is such a perfectionist that looking not great is almost tantamount to a defeat.
Body work from Pedraza here as we close out the 3rd.
Time!
As they were putting the grease around that left eye of the WBA Lightweight champion. Title unification. Pedraza, the WBO champion.
Anytime Pedraza stays still for just a split second, Loma follows him out, makes him, forces him with the pressure to commit a mistake by pulling back.
What does that tell you, Tim? Don't stay still.
Well, let's hear what they're saying in that corner of Pedraza. Bernardo.
His stepfather, Luis Espada, said, look, you've got to use your length. You've got to stay more active and use angles. Hit and move.
Use angles against the guy in boxing who's perhaps the most angular.
And he's just done something he told us he would do, is he switched up. And he's gone southpaw.
Let's see if he stays that way as he's poking out that right jab. He's committed to it for now.
And when he keeps the fight outside and uses feet and he stays busy and stay consistent, he does look good. But once he stands still for just a split second, Loma comes on with a couple of combinations of himself.
I don't know what's going to happen. I don't see this as a wide differential between the two fighters. I still got a pretty close fight here.
It is a close fight. But you see, Loma's already planted the seed already.
And now he closes that gap, lets those hands go for a moment. And then puts a right hand, that jab, southpaw jab to the body.
One of the things that turning southpaw will do for Pedraza is alleviate him from the punch that he fears most, which is Loma coming around his right side and then shooting a right or left uppercut to the body.
Well, what I'm looking for is for Loma to throw the right hook, and he hasn't thrown it yet. He has not thrown his right hook yet, at all.
Why do you think that is, Timmy?
I think that it's on his mind. He's unsure. He doesn't want to hurt it.
The surgery you're talking about?
Yeah, the surgery. Absolutely. I'm looking for him to use the right hook with conviction. He hasn't thrown it once yet.
Saw a 3-punch combination moments ago as he tried to get that straight left in behind the jab. Now he doubles up that right jab. There's a short left hand on the inside there from Lomachenko. And then that lead left hand again that he has found some success with falls in that time, and Pedraza was unable to measure him up. End of 4 here for the Light.
Watch your head, watch your head. Watch your head, watch your head.
Start of round number 5.
Again, you see Loma leans to his, see how he goes to his right there. Throw that right hand down the middle. Throw it. and finish with the hook and throw the hook towards the shoulder so you don't miss Loma's head. For Pedraza. You see all the probes and the foot movement? All that's designed to get you out of position.
It does its job.
He wants to force you out. The pressure, he stays close. He has short arms. He needs to get close to work. Lomachenko.
Short arms but quick hands.
Short arms, quick hands. He has the feet of a dancer. The hands almost of a kung fu master.
And he talked a lot about that when we sat with him yesterday, of saying that's exactly how he wanted to approach a good chunk of this fight. And you're seeing it with some of the hand movement now.
One of the things that I haven't seen from Loma yet is he hasn't stepped around like he normally does.
Give some credit to Pedraza for that.
How so, Mark?
Well, he knows where he wants to go. He's very conscious of him moving around that left foot, and he's prevented it from happening. That's why he goes southpaw sometimes. But listen, this is a pretty skilled guy in his own right.
That was some of the best work from Pedraza right there, as he was able to fire off the right hand in the combination that followed, as he's back orthodox now here. But, you know, you mentioned that, not stepping around. If you asked me to describe Loma in any one way, I would tell you jumping off and stepping around and getting that angle to the right where all of a sudden you don't even realize he's no longer in front of you. Right. He's to the side of you, and then he's landing his punches.
And you see other fighters, they're amazed. Oh, how did he get there? You haven't seen that from him in this fight.
Not yet.
I want to give Pedraza his respect here. He's not applying for the job of the world's greatest Puerto Rican fighter. But if he distinguishes himself tonight, it's a title he'll have.
Oh. I mean, if he distinguishes himself tonight, you're talking the family of Tito Trinidad, Miguel Cotto, and beyond. As all of a sudden, after what was continued good work in the 5th round, Pedraza has to fight back against Lomachenko. But I like the steady work rate and what he was able to accomplish here in round number 5, Pedraza.
I like it as well. Doing a good job working his hands and finding his opportunity.
Time.
No doubt.
Seconds out.
Well, here's a left hand landed by Loma. He times this. He knocks down the jab of Pedraza and throws a straight left hand down the middle. Good shot by Loma.
Those little things that create opportunity.
Yeah, he knocked it down, and he's, you know, Pedraza sat there to take that left hand on.
That's kung fu, fellas.
That's what he said. There are the Compubox numbers, the total punches as it stands right now. Lomachenko, a 60-30 connect advantage. You can see Pedraza's work rate is high, but his percentage is low.
His work rate has to be high because he has to keep this boy up off of him.
I'll tell you what Pedraza does not look like right now is a 35-1 dog.
You know, boxing odds are, I disregard them all the time. Obviously, you got the dead money with the big fighter. And whenever two guys are in the ring, all it takes is one punch.
I defer to you on gambling matters, but it's apropos. Jeremy Schaap's marvelous film, 42-1, is coming out on Tuesday.
And Buster Douglas is sitting ringside here tonight.
Pedraza catching Loma when Loma sits still for just a moment, trying to move in, moving straight in. I've never seen Loma really move straight in like that, like he's doing right now.
Well, Loma just fired off a short left hand that just was off the mark, but that's not. As you could tell, he was thinking about it, and he fired it off. Comes again with it. And now probes with that southpaw jab for just a moment as Pedraza tries to create something. As he switches stances again. Pedraza, a versatile fighter.
Loma gets that lead foot outside of Pedraza's left foot when Pedraza is unorthodox to land that straight left hand down the middle.
What feet?
It's all about positioning with Loma. He likes to get himself in a position where he can hit you and you can't hit him.
but he never knows an awkward moment.
It's timing. What I like about Loma is he does everything at the front end. He can do it off the back end, but I like the fact that he's aggressive. You know, he's not a fighter that just wants to just play defense. He plays defense, but he also has offense behind it.
He could be Mayweather-esque only if he wanted to, but I think that's what makes him such a fan favorite and such an exciting guy to watch, is he will make the fight. He will be willing to be the aggressor. He's disgusted by the thought of a fight being talked about as boring.
I think it has to do with the way he embraces risk.
Look how Loma sets his left hand up. He ducks in the cubby hole right there and comes up with a straight left hand. Watch him as he dips. Makes a miss and then makes him pay. That's what I'm talking about. That's aggressive defense right there. Beautiful shot by Loma.
I think these left hands by Lomachenko have been leading the way all night long. I understand that we haven't had a gap throughout the early rounds. I understand that Pedraza is doing his very best to work it at his style. But at least once or twice around, you get these left hands out of Lomachenko that when you're sitting here scoring the fight, they make you lean that way.
Because every defensive move leads to something offensive. You know, before, it's time to cite really one of the most influential figures in boxing, Anatoly Lomachenko. He had Gvozdyk, he has Usyk, he's created Loma. His influence on boxing is extraordinary, and he's the only trainer in the game doesn't talk. To us.
Doesn't care to. The father of Vasiliy Lomachenko, who, as you said, helped craft a light heavyweight champion, a current cruiserweight champion, and his son, ESPN.com's pound-for-pound best in the world.
I once asked the strength and conditioning coach, Cecilio Flores, who worked in the camp, what did the father tell you? When did this start? He goes, oh, before Loma was born. It was all planned before he was born.
Every time Pedraza tries to retreat, and he goes out too wide, there's Loma with the combination. There it is again.
Three-punch combination from Lomachenko.
Keep him up, keep him up.
Pedraza has his moments when he's out long and he throws his combinations from a distance. And he gets out in time and don't allow Loma to close the gap on him for return fire.
He spoke of the necessity of lateral movement, but he's really too much in and out on a straight line.
Yes.
It's a good point, Mark.
Yes, it is. Nice looping left hand right there by Pedraza.
As Loma was going to the right.
Just changing the trajectory right there of his punch.
Then he goes with an uppercut to the body and tried to come back with a right hand as Loma continues to take short steps forward and then goes to the body himself. And now a good exchange in the middle of the ring here in the closing 20 seconds here of round number 7 as these champions willing to pick up the pace a bit. And a three-punch combination from Lomachenko. Just missed with a left hand, and Pedraza backs him up. Not much landed flush, but a good amount of aggression to get the crowd's attention. Pedraza himself was a great amateur. We talk so much about Lomachenko, one of the all-time great amateurs, but Pedraza represented Puerto Rico in the 2008 Olympic Games, was a gold medalist in the Central American, Caribbean Games, and a 3-time Puerto Rican national amateur champion. 2-division world champion as Lomachenko has increased his output now for 4 straight rounds. Compubox tallying everything for us tonight. And the arrow trends upward for Lomachenko as the fight goes deeper. Let's check in with Bernardo.
You know, Luis Espada said, stay far away from him. Make Loma come to you and then catch him as he's coming in. And don't stand right in front of him for prolonged periods of time.
Problem is, if you don't catch him, what then Loma's offering up?
But I like the fact that Pedraza looping an overhand right there. Just grazed Loma, but I like the fact that Pedraza's going down to the body of Loma.
There's a body shot in the mix of that exchange.
That pressure from Loma is something else. He makes you make mistakes with all that pressure.
There he goes with a right hand to the body. He got just under the left elbow of Pedraza. But Pedraza steps forward. And now Pedraza with that jab and a left hand behind it.
That's exactly what Pedraza has to do. He has to follow him out. When he's trying to take a rest from throwing some punches, he needs to follow him out with his own punches.
And he did it right there. There aren't a lot of moments of rest, though, with Lomachenko.
Think about where we were a year ago. Neither of these guys are lightweights. Now they're both champions.
That is a slip. You can see the comfort with Lomachenko when he's right in that pocket, right in the kitchen. He'll stand right in front and be willing to dodge and be willing to throw.
Right about now, Pedraza's got to be thinking, I wish I'd gone to the body more earlier.
Yes.
I mean, easier said than done, but you got to wonder, what can I do to slow this guy down?
Well, when he went to the body, he slowed him down.
Comes in, Pedraza searching for a right hand to be timed.
Time!
End of 8 here in New York. Round number 9 here.
Here's the problem for Pedraza. He's not losing rounds by much, but he's losing them clearly. So the question is, how do you get back in? He's not that kind of puncher.
Pretty much it's still the same thing going on. Loma trying to get close to land. Pedraza trying to keep his distance and work from far out. Nice time right hand there by Pedraza.
Good job splitting the guard with the jab as well.
Loma looks good, but you have to wonder, is it what he expects of himself? Is he satisfied?
I don't know that he's ever satisfied. And now Pedraza getting some work to that belt line when Loma got to the inside that time.
Stop. Don't push his head down.
Yeah, Pedraza said, Loma seems like a nice guy, but he's really not. He'll step on your foot, he'll hit you behind the head. He ain't that nice.
No,
Well, he said you go back and you watch tape, and something we've noticed before too, every so often Loma may call out to the referee, distract you, and then throw a punch. You turn, you look at the referee as if something's going to be said to you, and next thing you know, here comes the best pound-for-pound fighter in the world throwing a punch at you.
Tim, you ever do that?
You need to do whatever you need to do to get an advantage in this ring.
It's prize
Yes.
fighting,
That's a yes.
not amateur boxing.
Well, Tim, how does Pedraza close the gap? How does he get back in this?
Pedraza's doing well right now. Loma's not really having any good moments this round. I haven't seen just far. Pedraza's trying to use his footwork, and he needs to let his hands go and be a little bit more consistent and be solid with his defense. See how his head is moving everywhere? He might as well put his hands in his pockets because he's not doing anything off the defense. Too many defensive moves.
Assuming that the judges see it somewhat like our esteemed analysts, like I do.
Oh, good uppercut from Loma that time.
Pedraza leaning forward. That's why he was able to hit him with that uppercut.
How does he get it without a big shot?
He has to let that right hand go.
Okay. Thank you. It's a pretty good one.
Pretty good fight. For Pedraza to pull an upset, certain things would have to happen, and it would need to be an exceptional fight from Pedraza. But here we are arriving at round number 10 with still opportunity existing.
Consider the level of expectation that Lomachenko stirs up. You expect him to make the other guy quit. I haven't seen anything close to quitting from Pedraza tonight.
No.
We were here a year ago where he overwhelmed Guillermo Rigondeaux. I understand it was a different weight, but still, we haven't seen anything close to that.
That's when he picked up that nickname Lomachenko.
Pedraza throwing the right uppercut right there. That's very smart.
Loma had that stretch of 4 straight opponents who quit on the stool against him.
And in some senses, I think that what he was talking about yesterday is he's a prisoner of his own expectations.
There's a right hand to the body from Pedraza. Came at the end of the combination. Seemingly unaffected, Lomachenko comes forward behind that southpaw jab. There's another right hand that gets around the guard and scores to the body from Jose Pedraza. So he's found a target that he likes here in round 10.
Mark, I'm curious to know, are you impressed by Loma tonight, Mark?
This is not the Loma that we've come to know, fear, worship. No. Well, I haven't seen the right hook, nor have I seen that right uppercut to the body, which have become his signature punches.
I have to agree with you, Mark.
So maybe you know something on the way in.
Wow, Pedraza's boxing well right now. Timing Loma before he gets to the spot where he wants to be.
There goes your uppercut again. I think this may be his best round of the fight.
It is. And that's a shot he needs to land. Something different, something Loma hasn't seen. Come up the middle as Loma tried to get close to him.
Left hand and then tries to chase him down. Pedraza fires back. Good finish to the 10th round. WBO champion Pedraza, WBA champ Lomachenko, and a sellout crowd here in New York.
Pedraza came to fight tonight. I think all the running in the mountains in Vegas definitely did some good to his conditioning because he's in this fight right now.
I actually think it's something else. I think that he thinks of himself as a champion again.
He has good reason to. He's earned that status.
It was a devastating blow to him, not just professionally, but personally when he lost to Gervonta Davis. His concentration was suspect that night, but he also said that he was better at a heavier weight. He was artificially light.
Well, you just look at his frame and you can understand that. That happened back in January of 2017 in Brooklyn. Since then, he's been on that tear. And the win against Antonio Moran. And then, of course, we were ringside with the defeat of Ray Beltran to win this belt. He came on so strong at the end there. He scored a knockdown in the 11th round here. What will you offer in the 11th round against Lomachenko?
But again, in neither of those fights was he risk averse.
No.
I think Pedraza's been a very difficult opponent.
Good left hand from Lomachenko, and then he backs it up and steps in and lands the combination. And here comes Vasiliy, standing right in the pocket. Short right hand, right hook, strafing attack to the head. Lomachenko right in the center of the ring, getting the best of Pedraza. Uppercut comes in. Look at the accuracy from Lomachenko. When he decides to go, does he ever? Lomachenko dominating round number 11. Pedraza in trouble. Shot after shot landing home from Vasiliy. Now he goes to the body. Back upstairs with the right hand. Uppercut comes in with the left. Another uppercut at short distance. Turns it over. Takes that angle and scores with a massive uppercut. What a dominating performance here. And down goes Pedraza. An absolute beatdown.
6, 7, 8, 9. You okay? Secure. You all right? Sure?
Now to finish. 20 seconds for the great Lomachenko to work here. Second knockdown scored. Is this it?
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You okay? Sure? Yes.
He survives the round, but Lomachenko was absolutely sensational.
Tranquilo.
Ты гоняешься за головой. Вот ты начал сейчас уже добивать, нужно бить сюда. Понял? Ты выкладываешься, много сил тратишь. Воздух, не надо.
Tell him I can.
Y vamos a hacer que podamos, ¿ok?
Okay.
Amárrate, amárrate.
Can you?
Грудь, перевернуты.
You are chasing his head, and you are wasting your stamina on that. Stop.
In the midst of the rally prior to the first knockdown was just superb, Timmy.
Leaning forward, pop your head up with the uppercut. Why not? Lomachenko landed it over and over. It comes over the top. You see here, Pedraza trying to hold on here. Got hit with a lot of clean punches in those exchanges. And down he goes. Small little short body shot by Loma lands to the liver of Pedraza, and down he went.
And now the 12th and final round as Lomachenko hit the gas pedal and never turned back in that 11th. Pedraza looks a little steadier on his feet here, coming out trying to show something. The power punches landed in the last round. 42 by Lomachenko. 42 power punches landed in that 11th round.
Obviously, Lomachenko has adapted to something, because the one punch you didn't see in that onslaught was the right hook.
How about that uppercut by Lomachenko in that 11th round? And now what can he do as the majority of the crowd is on their feet and the chant of Loma has gone up here in New York? And Pedraza is trying as best he can.
Loma's taking his attention downstairs to the body to set up this attack. Pedraza still affected by that left hand to the liver from the last round.
And the question now becomes, can Pedraza do anything better than survive?
Have a willingness to do that.
Well, he has an aggressive fighter coming at him. He's gonna have to time him with a straight right hand. Kind of like what Linares did. He needs to sit down and do it, though.
Given what we've seen from recent opponents, survival is not an inconsiderable accomplishment.
Isn't that true? Loma trying to corral him. He splits the guard with a left hand. Taking those short steps in. Coming up on the final minute of this title unification bout. Give Pedraza credit for getting through that 11th round and making his way here to this final minute of the 12th. Off the angle, just a short right hand from Loma. Can he find a home for that left again?
Well, Pedraza's on retreat.
Well, right now the question for Pedraza is, can he survive what so many others could not?
You're absolutely right. That's what he's doing right now. He's trying to survive.
Stop. No knockdown. I know.
He wanted a break.
So he went down for it.
He wanted a break. The break was more important than the knee.
Well, at least he can say that he survived Lomachenko.
Gonna make it to the finish line. But man, he was almost thrown off a cliff there in that 11th round.
Well, fans, after 12 rounds of action, we have a unanimous decision. Here are the score totals. Judge at ringside, Tom Schreck scores about 119 to 107. Steve Weisfeld and Joseph Pasquale both scored about 117 to 109. All three in favor of the winner. He is now the unified WBA and WBO Lightweight Champion of the world, Vasiliy Lomachenko.
Vasiliy Lomachenko has unified the WBA and WBO lightweight world title. Pedraza tried as he could for the most part. Then came that 11th round. Loma's WBO and WBA belts on the line, and the vacant WBC, the famed green belts, up for grabs. The height advantage and the reach advantage in the corner of Campbell. And it was so clear and obvious when they stood next to each other all week long. The press conferences, the weigh-in yesterday, the size difference. And perhaps what makes Lomachenko's grand accomplishments even more impressive, he's a natural featherweight. And here he is looking for lightweight history.
Okay, Judge, you've had your instructions in the dressing room. Remember, obey my commands at all time. Defend yourselves at all time. God bless. Touch them.
Moments arrived for Luke Campbell. Time to deliver if you're Vasiliy Lomachenko on everything you're always supposed to be. Joe Tessitore, Tim Bradley, Andre Ward ringside, Bernardo Osuna, our reporter, and Mark Kriegel. Tim and Dre, give me something to look for early that could reveal itself as to how the night will go.
Oh, you see the long frame of Campbell. Lomachenko being the shorter man, he's going to go down and dig in that body of Campbell.
Loma early, he's going to start, once he finds his range, he'll start to touch the glove of Campbell. He'll start to feint. He'll start to get Campbell to react, to start the draining process so he can get inside and start to let those heavy shots go. For Campbell, Campbell's got to do exactly what he's doing right now. He's got to know when to fight, when to press, and when to box. And he's got to be on point all night long.
I like that phrase, the draining process. That is often what we see with Loma opponents.
Loma right now is downloading information right now, trying to gauge the distance, trying to see how far he has to step in to get inside on Campbell. Campbell's doing a good job of just playing, probing with his punches right now, keeping Loma honest.
Tim, how much of a factor is being opposite a southpaw in impacting what we typically see from Lomachenko?
Now, Loma normally likes to spin around to that right side of his. He's not going to be able to do that because now Campbell having an high IQ and being the gold medalist as well, he's going to spin with him. He's not going to allow him to spin. It makes it a little bit more difficult to get around at that angle. And also Loma loves to use, as you were talking about the other day, the leverage off of against an orthodox fighter, that left elbow of getting to the outside, almost swim moving, pairing and coming through to the outside and getting that angle, and it doesn't exist against the fellow lefty. As you say, downloading the information, the range finding, the calculating right now of how long is this guy opposite me? Where does that jab go? What is the threshold that I can cross safely? Right now, with all the foot feints, the hand gestures coming from Loma, he's trying to get Campbell to sit still just for a split second so he can sneak him with a shot. There he is, trying to time him right now. Lomachenko's going to move in for the kill. Pulls up that southpaw jab.
The inaction from both guys in this first round, I believe, is benefiting Lomachenko because this is his game. Campbell is best when he's punching, when he's jabbing, when he's check hooking, he's throwing that straight left. Right now it seems like he's slowly getting sucked into the Loma matrix.
Now he goes to the inside and touches Lomachenko to the body with that right hand.
But I also like Campbell's patience. Doesn't seem to be unnerved at the moment.
He's not unnerved. Real good balance from Campbell. Nice
There's a left
right
hand from Luke Campbell, and then he goes to the inside and follows it up. So Luke Campbell scores with a left hand here in the closing moments of round number 1.
That got Loma's attention. He hasn't thrown a punch since. He's recovering right now. Good shot from Campbell.
And I assume with a nondescript first round, that goes into the book for Luke Campbell.
Right. Here we see the left hand right here from Lomachenko. Hit him right in the temple. That got his attention, but he's a professional. He played it off, but if you know what you're looking at, you know that that buzzed him. Boom.
Buzzed him.
That shocked him and that buzzed him and that got his attention. Good shot from Campbell. That
Sure
won the round.
Lomachenko was expecting the straight left. Campbell looped that left hand. That's how he's able to get it in there.
Also, you think about the mental side of things. You've heard all the talk of your Luke Campbell, all the buildup of what you're opposite against, and then you get a confidence builder there at the end of round 1.
Campbell's feeling good about himself right now. He knows that he won that first round. And so he's going to come out a little bit more confident. He's going to keep doing what he's doing right now because it's working. It's keeping Loma at bay.
I know Lomachenko has 2 gold medals, but let's not forget that Luke Campbell has 1. They don't give those away. You have to be a bad man to go and win a gold medal and represent your country. Luke Campbell deserves to be here tonight.
Interestingly enough, Luke Campbell won that gold medal the day before Lomachenko did here in this city. This is Lomachenko's return to London, where he claimed gold.
I think Loma felt the power of Campbell. He's kind of respecting him at the moment. He's not just darting in. He's trying to find the right time to attack Campbell. Campbell's being real patient and real precise with his punches right now.
Remember, Jorge Linares is the common opponent, and he scored knockdowns against both of these men. Campbell lost a split decision where he rallied late. He was dealing with the grief of his father having passed away 2 weeks before that title fight. Loma got to him late with a body shot and finished off Linares, but Linares was interviewed in the course of the past couple weeks by Steve Kim from ESPN.com, and he told him, listen, I've been in with both guys. I know what they are stylistically and athletically. I'm telling you, Luke Campbell will give Lomachenko problems. There's that double jab from Loma. And then he touches him to the body with a left hand. Look at the footwork of Lomachenko.
So I see what Campbell's doing. He's doing what Pedraza was doing to Loma. You know, pick, touch. Keep Lomachenko thinking at all times. He's touching him with stuff. He's not trying to land anything really hard or significant at the moment, but he's just touching him, keeping him busy.
Question is, what is Campbell's reaction when Loma starts to touch him?
Which he's doing with the jab a few times here in this second round. Then he comes forward and ties up on the inside, and they wrestle their way to the ropes before Victor Laughlin breaks them.
And you see how strong Campbell is. He kind of knocked Lomachenko off balance right there as they tied up.
Fast jab off the hip of Lomachenko, and then a right hand trying to touch the body from Campbell. Lomachenko's ability to be angular, to dart in and out. Campbell taking those steps forward now, working behind the jab. You can hear the Campbell chant going up. It is a sold-out O2 Arena here in London to see if their national hero can pull off the upset.
There it is. Nice attack from Loma right there. Actually changing levels, going straight down with the left hand to the body in the jab up top.
But a
then
nice
he comes
answer
in
from Campbell.
Right at the belly, comes in with a left hand as Lomachenko. Intriguing second round there.
Here you're going to see Lomachenko. There's the jab right there, very effective. But you see Campbell reacting to that jab and throwing his jab straight down the middle. You know, Lomachenko has to inch closer by using this jab. And once he gets inside, he needs to work. He can't allow Campbell to keep his distance and control range. He's the shorter man. That was a close round. Who'd you get that round to, Dre?
Well, so close for Compubox. Had it 10 connects for Lomachenko, 9 for Luke Campbell.
That's like one of them
Loma
rounds.
eked that out. That was a very tight round. I gave it to Loma.
Can it go 10-10?
Of course, you can do anything you want.
Can, but
What you
I'm
prefer
not
not
going to do
to.
that this early.
He is getting back to business with that jab to the body to open up round number 3. The 3-division champion, the 2-time Olympic gold medalist, Vasiliy Lomachenko. ESPN.com and Ring Magazine, #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world.
Championship fights with top pedigree fighters is about the second, third, and fourth adjustments. Right now, they're still operating on their first game plan. All things look even. Campbell won the first round. Loma eked out the second. It could have went Campbell's way, but I gave it to Loma. Let's see what happens when Campbell makes an adjustment or when Loma makes an adjustment. Can the other person keep up with that adjustment?
Of course, the two of you are greatly skilled at doing that in your careers.
Lomachenko's trying to pick up the tempo here. You know, he came out kind of fast. I know he's you know, bobbing and weaving, probing and things, but he hasn't been able to establish an offense just yet.
Because he's not using his jab enough. When he uses the jab, he's able to get inside the long reach of Campbell. When he tries to leap in, Campbell takes a half step back and touches him and makes him pay.
Exactly. And then when Lomachenko pulled straight out like that, Campbell followed him with the looping shot, that looping left hand.
To the inside, and flurry from Campbell. Has to take advantage of those moments where he can get the attention of the judges, where he can get a reaction from the crowd, and he can make Lomachenko know that he's here for a challenge. Oh, he snaps his head back. Lomachenko now gets to the inside and lands another left hand. Here come those bursts of success from Lomachenko halfway through round number 3.
So those are small moves right there that Loma pushed Campbell's arm off of him.
Yeah.
He's trying to be dominant. Campbell has to meet force with force and let Loma know that no, you're not going to be the dominant one, and I'm going to be the dominant one. Even if the referee has to warn you, make sure you maintain respect at all times.
And that's what's confounding for so many, for a guy who is a natural featherweight, a guy who's typically always smaller fighting at 135 pounds, how he can have that physical presence and prowess.
Loma just waiting on his opportunity to pounce on Campbell. Anytime Campbell has a low, look for Lomachenko. Nice uppercut by Campbell. Beautiful shot.
Good work on the inside, and then Loma comes back with 2 jabs. Very entertaining third round, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Campbell didn't get caught up in the movements of Loma. He waited for him to stop. Boom. Shot a straight left. It was almost like a half straight, half upper.
Campbell ahead on total punch connects so far. He's also thrown more punches, landing Lomachenko 26-21, outthrowing him 90-78 according to Compubox.
Campbell right now is just being real technical right now. He's not looking to, you know, take a big chance, a big gamble, and throwing a big bomb. He's just staying tight underneath himself, using the jab, probing every now and then, and landing some combinations go. As Lomachenko depends on defense. Loma's still trying to get inside right now. That's where he needs to be successful.
Campbell's not cooperating at the moment.
Tried to come with that left uppercut again.
He landed that uppercut to the body.
Vicious.
Success with the uppercut now in the 3rd round and here in the 4th round. Loma charging to the inside. There's that angle he always gives. And he lands the right hand to the body and then snaps the southpaw jab off the hip. So angular, and in doing so, the reach really doesn't matter when the footwork can close the distance with the angle off to the side.
That's right. But you see not a lot of wasted punchings from Loma. Very precise with his punching. And when he lands, he wants it to be effective.
Campbell is doing a great job right now, even though Loma will have moments where he wants to pick it up, and he will have some moments. He's Vasiliy Lomachenko. But Campbell is staying under his legs. He's always in a position to punch, just in case Loma is in range, he can do just what he just did right there.
And there is that looping left hand again from Luke Campbell. Remember, that's how he won the first round, scoring with that left hand in the closing moments of round number 1.
This is still a 50-50 affair. Loma's having some moments, Campbell's having some moments, and I still believe neither fighter has made the second adjustment yet.
Not yet. Good body shot right there from Campbell.
I like the move with the elbow. You're not trying to be dirty, but you need to get respect. Let the referee warn you. This is a fight. I don't think Campbell tried to hit him with the elbow. He just tried to get Loma off of him.
Body shot from Lomachenko. Left hand comes into the body. Tried to come with a vicious right hook and just missed. Up jab, and then a left hand from Campbell. This has been an entertaining world title fight so far.
Second out, round 5.
Shane McGuigan, the trainer of Luke Campbell, 31 years old. A couple years ago, he was the Boxing Writers Association Trainer of the Year. And he's very confident with his charge and the way they came into this championship fight. So they had a beautiful camp. He says he sees some wear and tear and some tiring with Lomachenko. And I think they are going to pull off the huge upset tonight. Round number 5 here from London. In that last round, the 4th round, Lomachenko enjoyed a 17-12 connect advantage.
That 5.5 inches reach advantage was definitely giving Lomachenko some problems on the outside. Every now and then he'll slip something in on it to the body of Campbell, but not too often.
Bernardo, what are you hearing out of the corner of Lomachenko?
Anatoly Lomachenko said, be patient. Don't try to go out there and knock him out. Let him come to you and just box him until the opportunity opens up for you.
Anatoly Lomachenko, the 55-year-old father of Vasiliy. He's also been a 2-time Trainer of the Year award winner.
A lot of these shots that Campbell's hitting Lomachenko with, he's feeling them. The flush, the sweat is flying off of Loma's head, and if he's not hurt, he's certainly buzzed.
Left hand right again.
But then he got to be weary of the, the fire coming back from Loma.
Trying to close that gap.
All that energy, he's trying to burn him.
That's the technical pressure we talked about earlier.
I love that phrase, the technical pressure, not just the raw aggression of a come-forward puncher or brawler, but somebody with even what he's doing just with his footwork, even if he doesn't throw a punch, is wearing you down. Then he does that. Comes in with the left hand to the body and goes upstairs with it. Closes the gap, and Campbell digs to the body with a left hand of his own.
But Campbell's doing the right thing. He's not allowing Loma to unnerve him for the most part. He's staying under his legs, and I can't say that enough. When he's under his legs, he's in position to punch. That way he can get his shots off when Loma's done, or hit Loma in between his punches.
And I like what Campbell's doing. Once Lomachenko gets in the inside, he's tying him up. He's not allowing Lomachenko to work in there.
Left hand to the body from Lomachenko. Final half minute of round number 5. There's that left hand from Campbell. He has found some success with it so far tonight. Snap jab. Lands flush from Lomachenko.
These are some very close rounds.
Short left hand on the inside. Then he goes to the belt line. Now he closes the gap. Goes to the body. Campbell in trouble for a moment. Lomachenko knows it. End of the round coming, and the champ's on the attack.
Here we see Loma prodding with the right hand. Boom! Straight left to the chin of Campbell. Campbell took it well within the body shot. He didn't take that well. Drove him to the rope. Landed, went right back to the body with both hands. That hurt Campbell real bad. And Loma's pouring it on as he should be, with combinations to the head and combinations to the body.
Nice little dip from Loma. Nice counter shot right there. And then the follow-up punches that did damage, extreme damage. to Campbell.
That's the look on Campbell's face after he took that last body shot and walked back to his corner. I guarantee you he's still feeling that shot right now.
Absolutely
Luke
feeling that shot.
Campbell is very lucky that that shot didn't land with 11 or 12 seconds left. That's how much it impacted him. It was in the final seconds of that 5th round, but a decisive round for Lomachenko with the way he finished and damage done. Round number 6 here of our unification fight.
If you're Campbell, you had to have known those moments would come in this fight. Now, you don't want them to come every round, but you're going to have some tough moments. How Campbell responds to that is going to determine how well he does in this fight.
Southpaw jab, footwork from Lomachenko. He's always ready, always angular, always set, capable of letting it go at any moment. He is as fundamentally supreme as any boxer of this generation.
Campbell's not fighting like a hurt fighter right now. He's fighting like he means business. He's being very reactive right now and holding off.
I think Campbell's trying to protect that body.
Well, he better, because Loma loves targeting it. There he goes to the body again in the midst of that combination, including the straight left to that right flank.
Yeah, Campbell tried to step back, take a little breather, and Lomachenko followed him out with a combination. You're going to see more of that.
And now doubling up
continue.
The right hand from Campbell. Campbell's still having some moments where he feels good offensively, but Loma's always on the ready.
That's the downside of having the height advantage in that longer torso. That body is susceptible to getting hit with body shots when you're facing a shorter man.
And it's thin too, Dre. So you know his punches hurt. Get to those internal organs.
Nobody likes it to the body.
Quick.
Of course, is how he finished off Linares, the common opponent here, and then he scores up top with a minute to go here in round number 6.
Lomachenko has now download the information. He knows that Campbell is slowly wilting away and fading, and he's going to get inside and he's going to dig down to that body.
The referee allowing some roughhousing from Campbell with that shoulder. Hasn't warned him yet about it.
Here comes
Good
Loma.
jab that time, snapping back the head of Campbell. The crowd trying to rally support.
What you call a power jab.
Luke right now in survival mode right now. Already.
Now, why do you say that, Timmy?
I just see it. You know, look at his demeanor. You know, stepping back. I know he's fired a shot right there. Good job.
Campbell got Loma's attention with both of those body shots that he just landed.
But Loma's going to get more aggressive. Good shot by Campbell right there.
I think he still has moments.
He's having his moments.
I think he survived the end of the 5th very well. So here we are, round number 7, as Lomachenko is trying to stay the course for history. He is openly telling everybody of his goal that he wants to be the undisputed lightweight champion. Think of the names the last 50 years of Buchanan and Duran, and the last undisputed lightweight champion of the world, the early 90s, with Pernell Whitaker. The hero to so many who we lost this year.
At the midway point, I still don't think either fighter has gone into their bag and made any real adjustments.
Andre's scorecard has it 57-57 as it stands right now. A clear first round for Luke Campbell. Clear 5th round for Lomachenko. Love the work in the 3rd round you did favoring Campbell. You could make an argument the other way too. There's some close rounds in there, but there were also the distinct rounds where Lomachenko got the best of him in the 5th, Campbell got the best of him in the 1st.
Few of the rounds were clear. A lot of the rounds could go either way.
Compubox right now, both men just over 200 punches thrown. Lomachenko with a 72-60 total connect advantage. Let's check in with Bernardo.
Shane McQuiggan told me, look, my guy's the bigger guy. His mindset is there. Now he has to show authority in the ring and continue to land big shots.
Shane McQuiggan, the trainer of Luke Campbell, who said this week Luke is going to produce one of the biggest upsets in the history of British boxing. That is how confident he was. He says it wouldn't surprise me if Luke was to walk to Loma in this fight and eventually stop him. And that plays exactly what Bernardo just said. of the size advantage that he wants to utilize.
Yeah, when Luke's out at distance, he's the man. He's controlling Loma out at distance. Anytime Loma gets close, ooh, he hurt him with that shot.
So he catches him coming in here in round number 7.
Hurt him with that shot.
And Luke, now a sweeping punch from Lomachenko.
Both guys hurting each other at this round.
This fight is living up to all of it, isn't it?
Luke is believing.
He's doing the right thing by going to the body.
Lomachenko.
Luke is believing right now.
But Lomachenko just came back with a body shot, and now he's got Campbell against the ropes and a short right hook. What a great 7th round. Loma acting like the fighter you know him to be, rallying back after he got caught coming in. Uppercut comes in. Left uppercut from Lomachenko. Left to the body from the champ. Chasing down Campbell. Wow. Good stuff here in London. Luke and Loma putting on a show.
Here we see both fighters toe-to-toe. Loma lands his shot, but then Campbell's in position, like I've been saying. He landed 2 good left hands, 1 straight, 1 upper. Loma had to hold on. Campbell did the right thing, though. He didn't go straight to the head. He went to the body of Loma. But Loma came right back and acted like the champion that he is. Did you think Campbell was going to dethrone Lomachenko without going through fire? Absolutely not. Loma's battling back, just like Campbell is battling back. We have a great fight on our hands right now at the O2 Arena.
A 15-7 power punch connect advantage for Lomachenko in that round with the late rally. 21-12 total connect advantage in that last round. That was a great second half of that round rally by Lomachenko. So glad you've decided to spend this Saturday with us here, bringing you the action from London. Joe Tessitore, Tim Bradley, Andre Ward, our ace reporter Bernardo Osuna, and Mark Kriegel. Lomachenko and Campbell for 3 lightweight world championship belts.
Campbell having the success. He now truly believes that he can beat Lomachenko. You see the way he's fighting back in spots. And now that distance, he's doing a good job in maintaining the distance with the jab and also the left hand. That looping left hand, Tess.
That's what he started off the night with. It's that up jab from Lomachenko.
And then what he's doing really smartly is just anytime Loma gets close, he's banging him to the body.
Lead left hand from Lomachenko. Left hand to the body from Lomachenko. And there's that jab coming back from Campbell. The Campbell chant started up. 7 years ago, they watched him win a gold medal. Here they are watching him try to see if he can climb to the top of the mountain of pro boxing in against the very best.
Vicious body work from Lomachenko.
Both guys going down to the body heavily right now.
There's that looping left hand again, Sonny.
Looping left hand, and also the body punch of Campbell. Anytime Loma steps inside.
Good combination, including a short left hand on the inside that went upstairs from Lomachenko. There are times where Lomachenko generates power and instant impact from only about 6 inches away. Like that.
Now Loma's found the mark. He's getting himself into a good rhythm right now on Campbell. Landing shot after shot.
There's that left hand again from Campbell. Loma always ready to return. Incredible atmosphere here at the O2 Arena. All the anticipation. Seeing if their gold medalist, the homegrown Britain hero, could be in a fight like this.
It's a good
He's
fight.
acquitted himself well. Lomachenko trying to come back. Most of that block, that work to the body, and then digging to the body on the inside was Campbell. Short left hand from Lomachenko. Underneath right hand to the body from Campbell. Closing the gap, but not firing off as Lomachenko was more willing there that time. Final seconds here of round number 8. Campbell goes up top. Loma goes to the belt line again. We've got ourselves a good one here for the lightweight championship belts.
Look for the backhand from Loma. You know, occasionally, Campbell, he'll stick that jab out there just a little bit too low. And Loma's gonna counter it with the straight left hand over the top.
Loma's gonna look to take the first half of this round off because he threw a lot of punches in that last round. Campbell needs to take advantage of it and try to get his offense off to take back some of the play.
Giving up that jab, trying to turn over that right hook in that southpaw stance.
The type of body shots that Campbell has hit Lomachenko with and Lomachenko has hit Campbell with, those stay with you for the duration of the fight. So I guarantee you both guys are feeling it right now. They're not physically at their best. But this is what championship boxing is all about. You got to go to the mind.
Precisely what Anatoly Lomachenko is telling Vasiliy. He's saying, stay methodical. Don't try to go for one shot. Keep getting inside, work the body, and try to just keep working until the knockout comes.
It was working the body at the end of the fifth that had Campbell in trouble.
Exactly.
Then the final seconds ticked off, saving Luke Campbell. And here we are in the midst of round number 9 in front of his home fans, and the chants and the songs are going up as they are believers here with what they have seen. Also seeing some of the best out of one of the very best, Lomachenko. Boys in the Desert said that the over-under of this fight would be 8.5 rounds. We just passed it. So Luke Campbell silencing some doubters there as to how they thought this fight would go.
Lomachenko, like I said, wanted to take the first half of this round off. The only problem is so did Campbell.
Both guys are getting fatigued right now and looking for the second win.
Exchange on the inside that Lomachenko seemingly got the best of, and then snapping that jab off the hip.
Every time you get hit with a good shot that hurts you, whether it's to the head or the body, you have the opportunity to quit, lay down, and give up. Neither guy has taken that opportunity thus far in this fight.
There's that left hand I was talking about over the top from Lomachenko and Campbell. Campbell took it well, and he's still game and still marching forward.
Good body shot.
Body shot.
Coming sweeping in with that combination that included the right hand.
Campbell's success is out at bay. Out at distance, that's when he's at his best.
Has the physical attributes to be that guy.
That's right, that's where he needs to be to win this fight. Nice shot right there from Campbell. Great left hand.
Campbell has the size and the grit. He refuses to acquiesce to Lomachenko, but as soon as he has the upper hand, physically and metaphorically, Loma comes back even harder.
As we have seen throughout the night. 10th round here. Wipe the grease off the face and get back to action.
So you don't see a whole lot of angles coming from Lomachenko. You know, he's not fighting a right-handed fighter, so...
You brought that up very early, Tim. You said he's so conditioned to utilizing
right. He's so conditioned to going
the angle to the right, but you don't get that tonight.
Can't get that tonight against the southpaw. Another southpaw. You're looking at yourself in the mirror.
Shane McGuigan told me in the corner, I want him to be on the inside. This is where you become a champion. He's got to feel the pain.
So Bernardo with a report from the corner of Campbell. A lot of successes come on the outside, utilizing the range, utilizing the jab, but you get to these championship rounds, you get deeper into the water here, knowing what's on the line, you want to get after it a little bit.
That's right, he wants them to get aggressive. You know, these championship rounds, these rounds are being close. So he wants his guy to take over the fight and press forward and entice the judges in giving him the round.
Listen, these are the championship rounds, 10, 11, 12. And when both guys are tired, these rounds can drag on, and fighters know what I'm talking about. But if you want to be a champion, if you want to be recognized as the best, you got to go through this fire. You got to be able to be exhausted and still keep punching. You got to take the body shot and still deliver another body shot. You have to go through fire to get those straps. They're not going to be given. You got to take them.
As much as he makes it look easy in the ring with how skilled he is and all we've seen in these great accomplishments to become a 3-division champion, keep in mind, in Vasiliy Lomachenko, a guy that over a year ago is coming off shoulder surgery, that this spring when he scored that incredible knockout in LA, he dislocated a knuckle with the impact of that punch, pushing back this opportunity here. He has some wear and tear.
Well, Tess, he had pretty much four amateur careers, 400 amateur fights. There's a lot of wear and tear on him. There's an uppercut available for Campbell. You know, every now and then you see Loma dip his head down in the middle. There he does it again. And if Campbell can time him coming in, I think he'll hurt Lomachenko.
I think after this round, Shane McGuigan has to do the Angelo Dundee when Dundee was talking to Sugar Ray Leonard. He was fighting Tommy Hearns. The son, you got 6 minutes. 6 minutes can change your life. You got to find a way to get it done.
How bad do you want it?
That is the truth. How bad do you want it?
Sometimes that's what it boils down to, Tess.
He will have 6 minutes. Many thought he wouldn't have that opportunity. Has to take a step back, be in the shadows, never take credit for his son's success. And round number 11 here to unify 3 lightweight championship belts. Golden opportunity for Campbell. The path to continue history for Lomachenko. Left hand scores. Lomachenko was dipping off to the left and then right in that path of the punch from Campbell. And getting himself to the inside.
I think Campbell has another gear, fellas. And he can't make the concession just to want to go the distance with the great Lomachenko. He has to push past that and make up his mind that I'm going to risk getting knocked out trying to knock you out. That's a mentality thing.
He has to separate himself, right? Separate himself.
I agree with you, Dre. You have it 96-94 Campbell. I have Lomachenko. I have Lomachenko as well, having banked a little more rounds early on, but you like that middle work of Lomachenko. It was excellent in the 5th round, but here we are, a close fight in round 11.
And Campbell doing exactly what he needs to do right there. Be rough and tough on the inside and tie up Lomachenko and don't let him work. Lomachenko has to be mid-distance or in close to be able to work.
Short left hand from Lomachenko. That was well timed.
Body shot hurt Campbell.
And there he goes. Lomachenko knows it as he closes that gap as soon as he lands that punch. And then touches him 2 times with the right hand to the body. Goes right back to it. Tries to split the guard with an uppercut on the inside. There's a great body shot. And it scores the knockdown. Damage done.
Bigger gas tank, Lomachenko.
50 seconds to work. Lomachenko trying to close the show here in round number 11. Up top he goes. Campbell's been so game all night. Now he ties up in survival.
Hurting Campbell bad to the body.
As he did earlier tonight, but this time he has time to work. Half a minute to go. Can Lomachenko do it? There he goes to the body again. Just got around to the back. Trying to close the gap. Combination on the inside. Right hand to the body. Just missed up top. Survival mode for Campbell. Circling on the inside. Lomachenko drops his hands as if to say, let's go. Let me do my thing. And the final seconds could be ticking away in a dominating 11th round for the lightweight champion, Vasiliy Lomachenko. Commanding 11th round for Lomachenko.
Look how Lomachenko put on this attack. Everything down to the body right there. That's where the attack starts. Combinations to the head and also to the body. Campbell felt that. He's in retreat. Lomachenko coming in. There the right hand to the body. Combinations to the head. And this is the finish right here of this round. Lomachenko trying to dig down. There it is. Nice little shot right there. Hurt Campbell, and down goes Campbell.
Vasiliy Lomachenko in that 11th round threw 68 power punches, landing 31. 31 power punches landed, including that left hand to the body. Here we go, 12th and final round. It has been worthy of all the hype. Campbell's been game, but Lomachenko has been everything he's supposed to be. 12th and final round.
Lomachenko's finna go for it right now, fellas.
Can he close the show?
He's trying to.
I think Campbell needs to be trying to go for it as well.
Absolutely he does, Trey. You finally arrive at this moment. You've done everything to put yourself in position. Why not swing for the fences?
This is when you need that changeup right now from Campbell. The changeup, a punch that Lomachenko hasn't seen is the uppercut. Sit on that uppercut. And I'm talking about the left uppercut. Catch Lomachenko coming in. He tries it right there. Talking about Campbell.
If you're Campbell, you're probably down on the cards. We don't know for sure. Lomachenko's, basically used a lot of energy over the last couple rounds. Campbell can press, and Campbell can let both his hands go. Yes, he's gonna get hit, but he can get his in the meantime. Maybe catch Lomachenko with a good body shot or a head shot that gets his attention or knocks him down. He's gotta go for broke right now. Don't settle for just going the distance. There's no moral victories in boxing. Go for it. Here's your opportunity.
Loma trying to corral him one more time, trying to cut off that ring.
Loma's just waiting for Campbell just to sit still just for a moment. Then he's going to attack.
That one strayed a bit low.
Lomachenko knows. He's like, no, come on, let's go.
I look belt line. I'd like to see that again. If I'm Luke Campbell, I'm going right back to the body.
12th and final round here for 3 lightweight championship belts. Looking for that uppercut there. Tim, you felt that there was an opportunity. Combination went to the body. Lomachenko willing to exchange. Closes the gap with a jab there. And now to the body goes Campbell, and in doing so, getting in tight space, he takes 2 punches to the head. Then a body shot comes in, a short right hand, an uppercut from Lomachenko, and Campbell's in trouble, and he wrestles the champ down to the ground. Actually picked up his leg and tossed him to the canvas.
Any way you can to survive, you gotta do it.
That was pure survival. Lomachenko had him hurt. Dominating championship rounds for Lomachenko. Scored the knockdown with the body punch in the 11th, and then this final minute of the 12th when Campbell was clearly hurt and doing anything to survive.
Loma's gonna try to land something big before this round is over.
Final seconds.
Here he comes.
Good fight.
Great fight.
Good championship fight. Lomachenko, always fan-friendly. Luke Campbell, give him credit, gave everything he could, survived at the end, but class wins out. The damage done in the 5th, the damage done in the 11th, the damage done in the 12th, and Vasiliy Lomachenko is moments away from having his 3rd championship belt at 135 pounds. He'll be closing in on that rare chance to be called undisputed.
How sweet it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 12 rounds of lightweight action, we go to the scorecards. Judges Benoit Roussel and Omar Mintoun both have it 119 to 108. Jean-Robert Lane scores at 118 to 109. All 3 scorecards go to the winner by unanimous decision. From Ukraine, still WBA, WBO, and ring champion, and now the new WBC Lightweight Champion of the world. Pound for pound, perhaps the best there is. The man known as Loma, Vasiliy
London, known for its royalty. Well, there's the king right now, the pound-for-pound king. And he was regal tonight. And you talk to him about what belts mean to him. Look at his face right there as he adds another, and he says, strap them on. Put them all on me. He is dripping. Dripping. Just the way he wants it.